Welcome to read questions and answers for General Ham Radio Class License. If it is helpful or not, please let me know in the comment section. Also, let me know that you passed the test. I wish you good luck. This is Chapter 4. Sub-element G4, Amateur Radio Practices. Section G4A, Station Configuration and Operation. Question G4A01. What is the purpose of the notch filter found on many HF transceivers? Answer: to reduce interference from carriers in the receiver passband. Question G4A02. What is the benefit of using the opposite or reverse sideband when receiving CW? Answer: it may be possible to reduce or eliminate the interference from other signals. Question G4A03. How does a noise blanker work? Answer: by reducing receiver gain during a noise pulse. Question G4A04. What is the effect on plate current of the correct setting of a vacuum tube RF power amplifier's tune control? Answer: a pronounced dip. Question G4A05. Why is automatic level control ALC used with an RF power amplifier? Answer: to prevent excessive drive. Question G4A06. What is the purpose of an antenna tuner? Answer: increase power transfer from the transmitter to the feed line. Question G4A07. What happens as a receiver's noise reduction control level is increased? Answer: received signals may become distorted. Question G4A08. What is the correct adjustment for the load or coupling control of a vacuum tube RF power amplifier? Answer: desired power output without exceeding maximum allowable plate current. Question G4A09. What is the purpose of delaying RF output after activating a transmitter's keying line to an external amplifier? Answer: to allow time for the amplifier to switch the antenna between the transceiver and the amplifier output. Question G4A10. What is the function of an electronic keyer? Answer: automatic generation of dots and dashes for CW operation. Question G4A11. Why should the ALC system be inactive when transmitting AFCK data signals? Answer: the ALC action distorts the signal. Question G4A12. Which of the following is a common use of the dual VFO feature on a transceiver? Answer: to transmit on one frequency and listen on another. Question G4A13. What is the purpose of using a receive attenuator? Answer: to prevent receiver overload from strong incoming signals. Section G4B. Test and test equipment. Section G4B01. What item of test equipment contains horizontal and vertical channel amplifiers? Answer: an oscilloscope. Question G4B02. Which of the following is an advantage of an oscilloscope versus a digital voltmeter? Answer: complex waveforms can be measured. Question G4B03. Which of the following is the best instrument to use for checking the keying waveform of a CW transmitter? Answer: an oscilloscope. Question G4B04. What signal source is connected to the vertical input of an oscilloscope when checking the RF envelope pattern of a transmitted signal? Answer: the attenuated RF output of the transmitter. Question G4B05. Why do voltmeters have high input impedance? Answer: it decreases the loading on circuits being measured. Question G4B06. What is an advantage of a digital multimeter as compared to an analog multimeter? Answer: higher precision. Question G4B07. What signals are used to conduct a two-tone test? Answer: two non-harmonically related audio signals. Question G4D08. What transmitter performance parameter does a two-tone test analyze? Answer: linearity. Question G4B09. When is an analog multimeter preferred to a digital multimeter? Answer: when adjusting circuits for maximum or minimum values. Question G4B10. Which of the following can be determined with a directional wattmeter? Answer: standing wave ratio. Question G4B11. Which of the following must be connected to an antenna analyzer when it's being used for SWR measurements? Answer: antenna and feed line. Question G4B12. What effect can strong signals from nearby transmitters have on an antenna analyzer? Answer: receiver power that interferes with SWR readings. Question G4B13. Which of the following can be measured with an antenna analyzer? Answer: impedance of coaxial cable. Section G4C. Interference to consumer electronics, grounding and bonding. Question G4C01. Which of the following might be useful in reducing RF interference to audio frequency circuits? Answer: bypass capacitor. Question G4C02. Which of the following could be a cause of interference covering a wide range of frequencies? Answer: arcing at a poor electrical connection. Question G4C03. What sound is heard from an audio device experiencing RF interference from a single sideband phone transmitter? Answer: distorted speech. Question G4C04. What sound is heard from an audio device experiencing RF interference from a CW transmitter? Answer: on and off humming or clicking. Question G4C05. What is a possible cause of high voltages that produce RF burns? Answer: the ground wire has high impedance on that frequency. Question G4C06. What is a possible effect of a resonant ground connection? Answer: high RF voltages on the enclosures of station equipment. Question G4C07. Why should soldered joints not be used in lightning protection ground connections? Answer: a soldered joint will likely be destroyed by the heat of a lightning strike. Question G4C08. Which of the following would reduce RF interference caused by common mode current on an audio cable? Answer: place a ferrite choke on the cable. Question G4C09. How can the effect of ground loops be minimized? Answer: bond equipment enclosures together. Question G4C10. What could be a symptom caused by a ground loop in your station's audio connections? Answer: you receive reports of hum on your station's transmitted signal. Question G4C11. What technique could help to minimize RF hotspots in an amateur station? Answer: bonding all equipment enclosures together. Question G4C12. Why must all metal enclosures of station equipment be grounded? Answer: it ensures that hazardous voltages cannot appear on the chassis. Section G4D. Speech processors, S meters, sideband operation near band edges. Question G4D01. What is the purpose of a speech processor in a transceiver? Answer: increase the apparent loudness of a transmitted voice signals. Question G4D02. How does a speech processor affect a single sideband on signal? Answer: it increases average power. Question G4D03. What is the effect of an incorrectly adjusted speech processor? Answer: all these choices are correct, which are distorted speech, excess intermodulation products, excessive background noise. Question G4D04. What does an S meter measure? Answer: received signal strength. Question G4D05. How does a signal that reads 20 decibels over S9 compare to one that reads S9 on a receiver, assuming a properly calibrated S meter? Answer: it is 100 times more powerful. Question G4D06. How much change in signal strength is typically represented by 1S unit? Answer: 6 decibels. Question G4D07. How much must the power output of a transmitter be raised to change the S meter reading on a distant receiver from S8 to S9? Answer: approximately 4 times. Question G4D08. What frequency range is occupied by a 3 kHz LSB signal when the displayed carrier frequency is set to 7.178 MHz? Answer: 7.175 MHz to 7.178 MHz. Question G4D09. What frequency range is occupied by a 3 kHz USB signal with the displayed carrier frequency set to 14.347 MHz? Answer: 14.347 MHz to 14.350 MHz. Question G4D10. How close to the lower edge of a band's phone segment should your display carrier frequency be when using 3 kHz wide LSP? Answer: at least 3 kHz above the edge of the segment. Question G4D11. How close to the upper edge of a band's phone segment should your display carrier frequency be when using 3 kHz wide USB? Answer: at least 3 kHz below the edge of the band. Section G4E. Mobile and portable HF stations, alternative energy source operation. Question G4E01. What is the purpose of a capacitance hat on a mobile antenna? Answer: to electrically lengthen a physically short antenna. Question G4E02. What is the purpose of a corona ball on an HF mobile antenna? Answer: to reduce RF voltage discharge from the tip of the antenna while transmitting. Question G4E03. Which of the following direct fused power connections would be the best for a 100-watt HF mobile installation? Answer: to the battery using heavy gauge wire. Question G4E04. Why should DC power for a 100-watt HF transceiver not be supplied by a vehicle's auxiliary power socket? Answer: the socket's wiring might be inadequate for the current drawn by the transceiver. Question G4E05. Which of the following most limits an HF mobile installation? Answer: efficiency of the electrically short antenna. Question G4E06. What is one disadvantage of using a shortened mobile antenna as opposed to a full-size antenna? Answer: operating bandwidth may be very limited. Question G4E07. Which of the following may cause receive interference to an HF transceiver installed in a vehicle? Answer: all these choices are correct, which are the battery charging system, the fuel delivery system, the control computers. Question G4E08. In what configurations are the individual cells in a solar panel connected together? Answer: series parallel. Question G4E09. What is the approximate open circuit voltage from a fully illuminated silicon photovoltaic cell? Answer: 0.5 VDC. Question G4E10. Why should a series diode be connected between a solar panel and a storage battery that is being charged by the panel? Answer: to prevent discharge of the battery through the panel during times of low or no illumination. Question G4E11. What precautions should be taken when connecting a solar panel to a lithium iron phosphate battery? Answer: the solar panel must have a charge controller. This is the end of Chapter 4 of Read Questions and Answers for General Ham Radio Class License. Please follow me for Chapter number 5.